Okay, so I said that today is time to present to you a very important, in our minds, important project. Because, you know, camouflage is a very important issue in terms of protection of soldiers and platforms. But at the same time, it's a very important time because we are bridging needs from the defense and capacities we have in Europe in terms of science and technology and as well in the industry. So at the same time, we are celebrating somehow these 2 points. In one end, we aim to solve some problems to profit from the technology, but at the same time to develop our industry. This project has the acronyms of ACROSS. It means Adaptive Camouflage for Soldiers and Vehicles. This is a project that joined several countries in Europe using known technologies, but as well developing new technologies to join in a unique solutions for the future. So my colleague Gilda is the first of the presenters today. Gilda is in the Technological Centre for Textile and Clothing Industries in Portugal, CITEVE, is responsible for the defense-related projects. And Gilda is graduated in textile engineering, but the track record is huge in terms of participation in projects related to defense, as well related to protection, PPEs and this kind of products. The second participation from Martin USR, master degree in military and strategic leadership at Estonian Military Academy and US Army Special Forces qualification course. As project officer in the European Commission, DG DEFIS, he has the main role to be a representative of the Commission for the industry consortiums and their project managers, defense innovation and development projects coordinator, and so and so and so. This is really a facilitator to reach good results in partnership with industry and science and technology operators. The third one, Paulo Rodrigues, is Lieutenant Colonel, graduated in artillery at the Portuguese Military Academy, as a master in international relations, especially defense and security. He also attended various military career development courses, including the General Staff course. The relationship at this moment with the innovation operators is huge, as he has the responsibility exactly to develop the innovation inside the military forces and the collaboration with the civilian organizations collaborating in this team as well. So, but what is a cross project? For this, I will invite my colleague Gilda Santos to present the aim of the project and the main activities and results we expect to this project in the near future. Please, Gilda, take the floor.
Hello everyone, welcome, and thank you for your interest in our project across. It is really important, and we are willing to inform about the project and what we are planning to do and are already doing. Okay. Some support. We think it is better for all of you to have some image about what we are saying and talking about. So, first of all, the consortium. This project, sorry, let me just, okay, coordinate this. ECROS, as already mentioned, stands for Adaptive Camouflage for Soldiers and Vehicles. You can see there the logo that we defined for the project. It was done during the proposal, and it is an EDF 22 project under the topic Adaptive Camouflage, and it is a research disruptive action. So quite important and interesting in order to achieve really new, innovative, adaptive camouflage techniques, technologies, proofs of concepts to support the European defense. This is a project with around 15 million, and the main goal, as was mentioned, is to develop disruptive, adaptive camouflage for soldiers and vehicles. It started in December, last December, and has a duration of 42 months. Concerning the consortium, fortunately, we were able to build a strong and, I would say, unique consortium that intends really to develop and to achieve the goals. We have 19 entities from 9 countries. So, starting from Greece, we have an RTO, named Force. We have also from Italy 2 entities, 1 RTO, Creo, and also 1 university, University of Siena. In the north, we have FTMC from Lithuania, an RTO. From Sweden, we have 3 entities. We have FOI, a governmental entity. We have an industrial company, a SME, Mimicries, and we have also a large company called Saab Barracuda, very well known for the already developed camouflage equipment. Continuing, we have from Germany 3 entities, Fraunhofer, a well-known institute, and we have 2 entities from Rheinmetall. We have also from Netherlands, TNO, again a well-known entity, research entity. From France, again continuing with the well-known entities, we have 2 large companies, Safran and Thales. And continuing more through the south, we have the Public University of Navarra in Spain. And last but not the least, from Portugal, we have 3 entities. We have CITEVE, the Technological Textile Centre, as the coordinator. We have CENTI, the Centre for Nanotechnology and Smart Advanced Materials. And we have Magellan as a SME. And we have also a government entity, the Research Military Academy from the Portuguese Army. So that's the entire consortium, and we believe that we gathered all the competencies and experience that will be able to achieve the goals. And what are the goals? What we intend to do within a CROSS project? Well, within ECROS, we want to develop, of course, multispectral adaptive camouflage. That's what this project works around. New solutions that are able to adapt their signatures to everything, I would say, to the background, to the surveillance sensors, different day and night, different weather conditions, different locations, different directions, recognitions, identification, and by doing so, we intend overall to increase the survivability of the soldiers. The main goal is to offer to the soldiers new equipment, new solutions that will increase their performance and their survivability. And this can be achieved through the equipment directly oriented for the soldier by itself, and also by increasing the protection of the platforms and specifically the vehicles they are using. And how we intend to achieve the goals. Well, it's not easy. It's really a challenge, I would say. But that's why we are here. That's why we have the funding from the European Defence Funding. And what we plan to do, and already started doing, is to research on the combination of innovative and current technologies. So doing a kind of blend. One side, researching new innovative solutions. On the other side, also looking into the current solutions and how we can optimize and improve their situation. And looking into new materials, new techniques, new technologies, new equipment. So everything that would be possible and suitable to use, to research, to develop, we are looking into that. And the orientation is, and that's why we use multispectral, we intend to orient the solutions, the new innovative solutions for different spectral bands, not only the visible, the thermal, the radar, and also the UV. So in different, most relevant, important wavelength bands, we want to develop new solutions. And more important, even though not only solutions for each specific spectral band, but that can give good results, good performance in several wavelength bands at the same time. So that's really the challenge. For that, we plan and we developed two main conceptual ideas for the soldiers and one conceptual idea for the vehicles. And that's what we can say for the moment. We are working on it. We already did a workshop with military relevance to gather all the information regarding the requirements, the operationals, the most relevant theater of operations in the different countries. And that was done with the contribution of military experts from the 9 countries that are involved in this project. So I would thank you for your attention, and I'm able to answer any question that may arise. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Silvia. So, time to hear from you, because you are responsible to support the EDF projects. So, maybe an overview about the integration of this across project in all the projects are going on. Is it very important to understand exactly what we are doing in European Union at this level?
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for the introduction, and good welcome from my side. I'm Martin Jõesaar. I'm one of the project officers at DG Defis. DG Defis is the defense and space, and the European Defence Fund is exactly the main initiative that we are taking care of. So we are the project officers, legal officers, financial officers who are actually looking into details of what is being done with the EU money. And the current European Defence Fund is going from 2021 until 2028, and we are investing altogether about 8 billion euros. So it's quite substantial money. And of course, we are very interested in what is actually happening with these funds and what are the results. And I can definitely say that Across is one of the very good examples that we have. I think overall we have by now already 190 projects, so a little bit more. And 2 weeks ago, just 2 weeks ago, we started the grant agreement preparation for 54 projects, which was also announced last week. So with considering all of those, we are what I will describe a little bit is what effect are we looking for with the European Defence Fund, and what are we trying to achieve with projects like Across. And one of these things is definitely how to boost the collaborative defense research and development. And what I mean by that is really how to get different member states, different end users together behind the same table. So one of the key things that we are doing as project officers, we actually have a chance to go in each of those countries, to visit the projects and to see their not only reports, but also the prototypes, to see the results, what they've been doing. And many times actually what I'm seeing in there, of course the results itself are very good, but what we are seeing is the member states are actually talking with each other. And the industry is behind the same table and they're discussing the same problems. They're trying to solve the problems that EU military forces have. And this is the key actually. We are right now in the interim evaluations of the European Defence Fund, and we have heard this over and over and again in those discussions, how valuable it has been. Really we are funding them or co-funding the projects, but actually the value is coming from the member state side and coming from the industry side, and Across with 19 beneficiaries and 9 countries is an excellent example of this also. Second part I would like to stop on is the research, meaning that we are doing research and development. About 30%, 1/3 of the overall 8 billion is going for research, meaning that we don't always know exactly the results. And with Across also, being a research project, it's completely acceptable that not every test will be fully successful. And if we would know exactly the answer, we would not call it research, it's something else. So this is very important that the European Defence Fund is actually looking at the longer picture. We don't need all the results right now, today. Of course, there are lots of needs already right now, today and tomorrow in Europe, but we also have to look ahead. We have to plan ahead and we have to invest into research, and I think Across is doing a great job in accomplishing this mission. Third point I would like to stop on is the capability that these kind of projects bring to Europe is that we can actually do all of that inside Europe. The supply chains, the knowledge, everything will stay in Europe. Because if I look at the whole world, we are in quite many aspects, we are depending on some other countries, some third parties. Is it US? Is it someone from Asia? But we have to be able to do all of these things also in Europe. So again, Across and many similar projects that we have, they are specialists in their area and they're trying to figure out how to do it fully in Europe. So this is one of the key also key factors with new projects that are starting, the fact that we are actually looking into this in a lot of details. And lastly, the strategic autonomy that supports the supply chains is not only that we will have the supply chains and knowledge in here, but also the production, also the next steps which comes after the research. So all of those aspects have to come together and they have to support the development of the European defense capabilities. And as I see, the European Defence Fund is doing an excellent job in facilitating this. And I would like to really thank you for the coordinator and for the Portugal Army representatives that you're doing this, because hopefully this will actually have a very important and really disruptive results, so we can change something on the battlefield. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As you know, CITEVE, as a technological center for textiles, was born to support companies, to support industry. And these are very interesting news, because we were looking for this kind of relationship from ever. And these are really good news for the industry. Maybe the big 2 events in the last years in Europe were related to pandemics and war. And in both cases, we know very well what means dependence from the exterior part of European Union. So for this reason, your view is right in our view. And thank you very much for your effort and your support to these projects. But from the point of view of the end user, because you are really end user, can you share with us the importance of this project in particular across related to camouflage?
Good afternoon to all. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Paulo Rodrigues. I'm from the Portuguese General Staff Army. And in our perspective, this project can bring soldiers and vehicles advantage in the battlefield. This type of project can bring us the possibility to hide from the enemy, but in a way that we cannot account in our technologies today. So we can bring to the battlefield the security of our soldiers regarding this type of technology.
Yeah, interesting, because even for non-specialists, all days we are looking to the television and we face images of the theater of operations, and we can realize the importance of camouflage.
Yes.
So even not being a specialist, yeah, I note that the approach of this project is the combination between known technologies and very new technologies. Some passive materials, but as well active systems in order to hide the soldier and the platforms, the vehicles, facing not only our eyes, but also the eyes of the equipment. Gilda, what is the importance of the accumulated knowledge in the textile, more advanced textile sector to this purpose? Is it a very important starting point to reach the results?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, try.
Just
Again?
I would say so.
No? One.
One.
it's working. It's working.
Working?
That's good.
Okay. I would say yes, for sure. With any doubt. The knowledge that we have accumulated and created along the last years, more than 10, working in these areas for military different needs. One of them camouflage, and I would say also not only for the military strictly oriented, but for the other areas, because CITEVE, the Technological Textile Centre, there we work for several areas, and one of the main activities is always looking for smart materials, smart technologies, smart textiles. Sometimes we would say textile-based solution, but always smart, advanced, multifunctional textile-based solutions. So there's not only one material, one technique, but even they more important, the combination of different technologies, different materials. Even now, when we are talking about in the other sectors, not so much in the military yet, regarding recyclability, circular economy, even this aspect starts to be important and relevant to be also included, and we are now including these as much as possible in our research activities and in the solutions that we are developing. So different.
So I think that we have two textile sectors, one more oriented to fashion, and the non-specialists think that textiles are very simple things, low technology, low knowledge-based processes and so on, but you are talking a very high-end knowledge about materials, material science, and integrated intelligent systems. Is that the case?
Yes, yes, that's the situation. From the fibers, selecting the most suitable fibers with the characteristics, with the properties suitable for this application, but phase change materials, some smart pigments, thermochromics, photochromics, different materials, different technologies that we, for instance, something that we already worked on during a previous project, it comes to LED technologies, looking for LEDs, organic LEDs, that could seem strange, but it is not. There's a lot of possibilities, and what we need to have is open mind, and to test a lot, to have crazy ideas, and to experiment and check. And very important, and it makes part of our methodology of developing new products. It's a methodology oriented for the end user. Since the beginning, we always collaborate and ask for opinions to the military, to the people that are in the terrain, that face the difficulties or the complex situations, that really knows what is important and what happens there. This is really, really important. So I would say that always the knowledge, the academy, the research part with the end user, specialized in what we are trying to develop, to create. And we cannot avoid also, it's really important, and we have on board with us the small companies, the large companies, everyone, because we want to create, we want to do the research, the development, the testing, and also to assure that if we are successful, we can produce within Europe.
Thank you very much. Paulo, normally we think that army is a little bit tricky in the purchase moment. And in Europe, contrarily to USA, we used to hear that normally we create innovations, but the European army don't purchase these innovations. Is it still true, or this is something changing now in your organization and in the other organizations like yours in Europe?
Thank you for the question. It's true.
Sorry for the question.
No. It's true that in nowadays we are changing the mentality and the philosophy that is behind the acquisition part. We are, I think, all European countries are now facing innovation and thinking on the depending on the non-European countries are bringing about technology and non-technology assets. So I think, in my opinion, the things are changing a lot, and we are regarding what Martin said before. We are bringing inside Europe the development part and the innovation part to give more access to the European military forces, and not giving away the knowledge about the innovation that is behind this part of giving more technology to the military forces, European ones.
Nice to know. I'm very happy with this. Thinking close to the industry is very important. That, Martin, you know everything about all the projects. I heard about more than 100 projects going on at this moment. In your perspective, what is the possibility of the cross-link between the several projects we have. I mean, at the end of the day, when we will reach the good results for this project, what is the potential of use this project or these results crossed with other kind of projects going on at this moment? Are you taking the responsibility to bridge that?
Thank you very much. It's actually a very important topic that in the European Defence Fund we are closely looking to avoid duplication as much as possible, because of course if something is already developed in one project, we have to mitigate the spending money on the same thing again. Of course, at the same time, sometimes it's needed. It's needed to try to solve the same problem also with a different aspect or different viewpoint, and the results might be completely different. But I think one of the key factors I have to point out for the European Defence Fund is also that the results are owned by the industry. So the IP, the ownership of the results and everything that they develop is owned by them. So we are not doing any procurements. We are not the ones who will actually hold on to the results in the end. And that's why we actually always push on this, that what you're seeing in here also, we have the industry, we have the end user, and we have the commission here. So the end user, as the militaries, the armed forces of European countries, they are the customers. So they will actually take care of what you just asked of. Because if results are provided or presented for the end user, then they know already what has been now done. And by the way, also what's developed or researched under European Defence Fund, it is decided by the member states. So they will tell us what they want to have next in the development, in the research. So actually, we don't coordinate it in details, because as we don't own the results, we don't also publicly share the results. And it's up to the industry, up to the member states as the end users to do that part. And we have full trust in the member states that they know what is going on. We are using their money, so they're very involved always, and really they take like a very big care of this. And we are in the coordinator role mostly.
Thank you very much. Tilde, when we will have good results?
Well, 42 months, 6 already passed. We hope to have some results, try to start experiments, some conceptual demonstrators, starting with the materials. The plan is, okay, let's go ahead step by step, starting with the materials, combination of the materials for the different spectral bands, and checking the most suitable ones and the compatibility or incompatibility on the different spectral bands, testing demonstrators with the end users, and after that starting the combination of the different technologies, and again the process of selecting the most suitable ones to develop the conceptual design, then conceptual global demonstrators, the final ones to, at the time more or less the last year of the project, to do again the experimentation with the military end users. And on the way, it is planned, we have one work package that we think it is quite important to check, and in order to better know the future steps and how the Europe and the industry can use this knowledge and go ahead with it, is the analysis of the TRL, and regarding the process, the equipment, even the materials, what can be done regarding what we are developing and achieving. So in a way that how can the scaling up of these results can be done in a fast way, in a short, medium, long term, and what is needed, if something is needed, regarding, for example, a new technology to do the scaling up. That's the plan.
Yeah, but I realize that you are using both new technologies and known technologies, do you face the possibility to have some spillovers during the project and to support the industry and the armed forces in case of need?
Yeah, yeah. If we achieve good results, yeah, the idea is to go ahead with the suitable solutions as soon as possible because it's needed.
Thank you. Paulo, the involvement of the end users in the development process is crucial, in every kind of applications, of course. And I consider that the Portuguese Army is a very nice example of involvement, namely to use real operation to test the solutions we develop. We have several examples. Even in United Nations operations, we tested some projects in the past. This is new in the Portuguese Army. Do you have orientations in order to be more collaborative with the industry? Are you as well interested to develop a defense industry in our country?
Well, regarding to the army, our perspective since a long time to now, we are involved on helping develop solutions for our needs, of course. So, and you'd give a few examples on that. And at the same time, we are committed to help the military industry in Portugal, providing knowledge of operational requirements or scenarios. We are always in with that. Regarding test and experimentation, we have now developed one experimentation center. It's called CITEVE, that brings the ability to share with the industry the possibility to experimentation, to test the solutions for what we do need, of course, our needs. At the same time, giving the proximity of the real scenarios there. So, in resume, I can say we are committed to continue to collaborate with the industry and the technological centers to bring better solutions to this kind of issues that we are facing, especially regarding the international context we are living in.
Thank you very much. Nice to know. Martin, we are living a very special context now with war in Europe. In your opinion, we will have more intense investment on research and development for defense. Can you share with us some ideas about the near future?
Yes, thank you very much. It's a very important topic of what will be next. And as I said, we have right now funding in the European Defence Fund until 2027. So every year we are investing about 1 billion, and this is the plan for the next 3 years. So what will happen from 28? So 28 until 35, most likely we will find out in the end of this year. So right now I don't know any details at all of this, but I'm sure the discussions will start soon after the elections and so on. So I think in the end of the year we hopefully will have more information already.
Thank you very much. I think that's time for questions from the audience. Please. You have one?
Okay, can I go first? Yes, Ana Ribeiro from Magellan, and I would like to address this question to Martin Joesar. because we have been hearing about research and development. So how is the European Defence Fund intend to push the most promising solutions of ACROSS and other similar projects to the market? Can we expect other funds more related with the high TRL solutions? Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is indeed a very important question of what will be next if a research project is successful. So how can we get to the development, prototypes, actual TRL 8 and 9? But you are asking it from a wrong person. You actually have to look at the member states, because as I mentioned, member states decide what is the content of the European Defence Fund. So always we support as needed. We coordinate the budget. We kind of try to make it that all the important topics get the funding that is needed for them. But there's always a choice to be made. So as I said, this year from EDF 23, 54 topics were picked. Right now we are discussing what will be the call text of the details of next year topics. And also in the multi-annual perspective, we are already discussing what will be the topics in the 26. But all of those discussions are done by the member states. So member states come together and they discuss. And if anyone has a very good idea of what should be there, go to your Ministry of Defense. They have representatives here, and if they see that ACROSS has promising results, they will definitely push them in to the next phase and already to development.
Thank you very much. Another question, please.
Could I maybe just ask maybe Paolo, as a military man or with a military background, could you just briefly try and sort of share with us, as for myself, as obviously very much a non-expert in a room of non-experts, or maybe I imagine so, the importance of camouflage. What to a soldier, to someone in the battlefield, as you refer to, what does this matter? How important, how vital is this? The technology moves on in this way, and at the moment, what is the I mean, I have no idea. We just see these wars taking place through the prism of our television screens mostly, and I don't never think of camouflage or things like that. I mean, what stage are we at the moment with, say, camouflage? What's and certain equipment like this, both for the soldier, the individual, and the vehicles, because maybe we could mention a little bit about the vehicles as well. You not really alluded to too much about vehicles. So if you could just give us a flavour, a taste from the soldier's point of view, please, if you could. And your colleague to the left of you, maybe just any little bit more of a detail, mine or more better detail maybe of the actual sort of the product you're going to try and develop and cultivate, if that's the right word, not cultivate, but develop the material, the camouflaged solution, as you call it, for the soldier and the vehicle. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. Paolo.
Okay, if I understand correctly your question, I'll try to answer it.
Sorry, Paolo. Maybe some examples to illustrate.
I will do that. I will start explaining one thing. This kind of project, well, first of all, camouflage. What advantages can bring this to the soldier or the vehicle into terrain? I have to highlight this. The enemy will look for at least units or vehicles because they are facing the enemy that side. What I want to say is, for example, if I have a group of vehicles, like artillery, we were talking about it earlier, for the enemy is a high priority target. Because of what? Because this can damage a lot on their forces. So if I can camouflage, and they are big guns, they are big guns. So when I have this opportunity to detect what I'm going to do that after, I will engage. I will destroy something that will destroy myself. what can bring the camouflage, this kind of camouflage, to the battlefield? Can adapt, first of all, to the environment, all type of environments. This is what is needed. If I am in the forest, adapt to the green lines, or but at the same time we have radars. UAVs in our days are common. Satellites. They are always looking for intel. And what is the main goal of that intel? Is the target. So I have to hide the target. In my case, hide my forces. What I'm giving to the soldiers or the platforms is life. I'm trying to give them time or opportunity to live after the fight. This is the first step. The second one is the ability or the flexibility that this kind of project brings to the environment. For example, now a soldier carry his own equipment. Sometimes, like a special force, it has lots of equipment, weapons, because he needs to walk for a long period. I need to give him the ability to change his form, his type of colors, to adapt to a new environment. For example, changing from a forest to an urban area, he needs to change. And he cannot all the time has to take off clothes or uniforms and suit some. Because he don't have that time. The enemy's eyes are there, are looking for it.
Maybe to clarify that we are not only talking about color and shape,
No.
but as well the possibility to be detected by a radar or infrared sensor or these kind of things. When we talk about camouflage, is not be seen by nothing.
By other sensors. Exactly.
Am I right?
You are correct. By all sensors they are in the battlefield. There are a lot of sensors there. And they are always looking for the enemy. In our case, defending, giving opportunity to live to a soldier, to a unit. This is what is our perspective. I don't know if I could clarify. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further question? Of course, please give the microphone here.
Okay, thank you. My name is Manuela Soares. I'm Portuguese. I've worked in the Commission for many, many years, but now I'm just speaking as a citizen and a Portuguese. I would like just to, Mr. Brás Costa, to tell us, is the Portuguese industry, I know nothing about the textile industry, it was not my field. Is the Portuguese textile industry much involved in these projects, the high-tech projects? Is it true that now it's not only teachers as it was in the past, but they are really very, very high-tech and very innovative?
Okay, maybe I can explain. As you know, in the last decades, the Portuguese textile industry faced some crises, some difficulties, and the only way to maintain textile sector in Europe, everywhere in Europe, in European Union, is to face big challenges in all kinds of products. First of all, fashion. Portugal is specialized in flexibility, quick response, and more recently in sustainability. So for the first time we can say that Portugal is in the cutting edge of the technology facing the sustainability. And this is mandatory for us. Without this, it is impossible to maintain operation in Europe, for sure. The second point, to run out from the competition area with some countries in Asia, in the starting of 2000 years, the industry started to face technical textiles. At this moment, we consider that more than 30% of the exports from Portugal are related to technical textiles. Automotive industry first. The second one, sports and protection. The third one, medical devices. And more, defense and space technologies. Why? Because, you know, nowadays a plane, aircraft, is not no more made with aluminum. It's made by reinforced textiles. So we are talking about this kind of textiles that we can consider advanced materials. So, for instance, in terms of automotive industry, the most part of the companies, textile companies in Portugal, are supplying the high-end brands, like nothing, like I cannot say, but you understand. This is at the same time a big challenge, but this is a good opportunity. So for this reason, nowadays we can say that the textile sector in Portugal is two arms. The first one related to the more complex fashion, luxury. Luxury is moving to Portugal now. And the other end, you have the applications, high-end applications of advanced materials. Is it Portugal sufficient for this challenge? No, we are inside a consortium with 9 different countries. The idea is to use our capacities, to join our capacities with other capacities. Why? Because the objective is an European objective. It's not only a Portuguese objective. But going directly to your question, yes, at this moment we have a high-end, very technological industry inside the textile and clothing, considered textile and clothing industry in Portugal. Final remark, in Portugal we are a small country, but we have 2 universities with textile department, Minho and Pé Interior, and we have 2 big institutes, research institutes, CITEVE of course, and CENTI. CENTI is the Center for Nanotechnology and Smart Materials, that is related to CITEVE as well. And now is coming a new one, the name is Fibernamics, also oriented to defense applications. So we have industry, and we have a good support from the scientific and technological sector to support these companies to improve their capacity of innovation. That's it, Childa. Are you agree? Okay, that's it.
So defense is not a new field, let's say.
No. Defense, we work with defense applications since more than 20 years. What is new is the fact that the Portuguese companies are more and more oriented to high-end applications. That's it. So, but what we are discussing now is not just Portuguese capacity, but the global capacity, the European capacity to face these challenges and to have result solutions for the European defense. Any further questions? I think we are just in time for this reason. Yeah, thank you very much for coming. And in any case, if you have any question, any further question, today, tomorrow, or in the future, please take my email address. B from Brussels, Z from Zurich, at CITEVE.pt. Don't hesitate to contact us. And finally, to thank you very much for this participation and to help us to understand better what is across and what across means inside the European strategy for defense. Thank you very much. coming present with the